Hard to believe it's already week 11, only a month left in the regular season. We are going to keep going, and in this video, we will talk through a few picks that we liked this weekend. First, let me say thanks to all of the kind words everyone sent in following my rib fracture. It's very nice to receive support, especially in a moment where things are not going the way you want. It's been a long 10-14 days lying in bed and not doing much, so it feels great to be back to almost normal. I'd also like to thank Stu for stepping up. He presented great betting content concerning college football. As you could tell, he knows his stuff and he is truly passionate about NCAA football. So last week we did not finish profitable, but overall 3-3-1 with the premium picks. Ohio State, Penn State started out exactly like we thought, but that pick 6 killed us. Always a danger when cheering for an under like that. Oh well, get them again this week. There are already 3 college football premium picks posted at mjpicks.com. The premium picks are where it's at for us recently. Across all sports, we are rolling right now. During the past 25 days, we've gone through only 2 days with a losing record. What? Get on board. Go to mjpicks.com and choose 1, 2, or all sports to join us in the winning. Our goal is to increase your bankroll. As simple as that. For week 11, we have a few free picks for you. Let's get into them. For game number 1, we will look at a team that has been money all year. The boys from Bloomington, the Indiana Hoosiers. At the end of the first quarter last week, Michigan State had a 10-point lead, and it looked like the dream season was over for Indiana. Then, the second quarter rolled around and Coach Curt Cignetti turned up the heat and simply rattled off 47 points while on the road in East Lansing. The Hoosiers did what they do and put up nearly 400 yards of offense again. While it doesn't seem like Indiana has gotten respect all year, they keep performing above expectations and making us money. This week they face the reeling Michigan Wolverines. Michigan just got body slammed by Oregon and dropped their 4th game of the year. And I think they may be looking at loss number 5. There's not much good to feel about if you're a Michigan fan. They had a few good plays last week, but for the most part, it looked like Oregon was just toying with them. In the first half, they barely got to 100 yards of offense and really only got a TD thanks to a fumbled punt that gave them a short field. QB Davis Warren was able to put together a 10-play and an 11-play drive late in the game. The fourth quarter drives accounted for 57% of Michigan's offense for the entire day. But it was too little too late. Of the 134 FBS teams, Michigan ranks 127th in total offense, while Indiana ranks 8th. I think Cignetti will want to open it up on Michigan and show the world they are going to have to notice Indiana football. Although they are one of the few remaining unbeaten teams, they only sit at 8 in the AP poll. That's a little disrespectful. The line is around 14 points. I like it up to -15, but obviously the lower you get, the better. I project this game to finish 38-16 Indiana. I shopped around and found a good number, so the official pick is Indiana -13.5. Let's bring in my good friend Stu. Hey Stu, what do you think about that game?
Yeah, those are good points. I absolutely agree with you on the Hoosiers there. Now, I actually want to piggyback on you. Check out these stats. Until last week, Indiana hadn't allowed a single point in the first quarter all year before giving up 10 to Michigan State. And they're averaging about a 15-point advantage going into the break. You can see there their average score is at the half is roughly 24-9. While Michigan is basically going into the half tied each game at around 11 points. Now, the lines are sitting at Indiana in the first quarter -5.5. tempting. However, I think Michigan will want to come out, go slow, and maybe only giving Indiana one possession in the first quarter. So I like our odds better here to go with the whole first half line, which is Indiana minus 7.5. This gives us a little more wiggle room. So I think with the combination of what you said, Professor, and the trends for Indiana's offense and defense this year, I really like Indiana minus 7.5 in the first half.
Yeah, I like that. That makes a lot of sense. That game will kick off at 3:30. Looking forward to watching that one and cashing our tickets. Hey guys, please hit the like button so that we can grow the channel. You can subscribe and hit the little bell down there to be notified when we've uploaded a new video. Don't miss out on any of the great picks. Okay, next game. What else do you like, Stu?
Okay, so I've got a couple games I like, so we're just going to fire through them. This time of year, you start to get teams that are about to quit, or maybe they already have. You also have teams that are borderline for the playoffs and are going to want some style points, so they run up the score or try to run up the score. Note Indiana, we just talked about. And you have a third category where you have a good team that wants to come out strong, squash early, and then just get out of the game without anything devastating happening. So we'll start there. With the best team in the nation, number 1 Oregon. This week they face Maryland. Now, Maryland's been a little scrappy. A couple of weeks ago they knocked off USC, but I just don't think they're going to be able to compete in this game, especially having to travel all the way out west. I think that this lines up for Dylan Gabriel to pad some of his Heisman stats, give Jordan James the ball, knock out another 100-yard game, and they can then downshift and get out of there with their 10th win. Now, look at these first half recent numbers. Oregon has jumped out to big leads in the last 3 games, combining to outscore 84-13. I think we're looking for the same thing here. I got it earlier in the week when it was only 13.5. Now it's moved to 14, 14.5 in other places, but I like all of those. Lay it with Oregon in the first half, minus 14. Now, another one I like is an SEC matchup. Number 11, Alabama at number 15, LSU. This one will be under the lights in Death Valley. It will be exciting to watch for sure. And the line is minus 3, Alabama, and a total of 58. Now, I think we're going to see fireworks down in old Red Stick Saturday night. We've talked about how questionable Alabama's secondary is, which is ripe for quarterback Garrett Nussmeier to pick apart. If he can stay upright. His passing yard props is way up there at 289.5. I like it. I don't hate it. I'm probably going to throw a cheeseburger at it. It is well documented, however, that LSU's run game has struggled this year. Last week, they only mustered 24 net yards against A&M. Their rushing success rate is awful at 111th in the country, while their pass rate's 5th high in the country. So that's the news for LSU. Good news, bad news. I think the real key to this game is going to be the legs of Jalen Milroe. I think Alabama's path to success is to have more designed runs for their quarterback. Now, his rushing prop is at 44.5. I say it a lot. It's risky to take a quarterback rushing prop since college. They count the sack as a negative run. But in this case, I think Milroe will pop off a couple of runs and easily glide over this number. So I'm going to play the over 44.5 rushing yards for Jalen Milroe. Now, I really think Alabama's going to win this game, but it's hard to pick against LSU at home. Alabama's coach, Kalen DeBoer, knows how to script the starts out for his team and get Alabama out of the gate good. So now, if you look at the Alabama's 8 games, they have led at halftime in all but the amazing loss to Vanderbilt, especially the last 3 contests with the 2 first half shutouts even. While I don't think they're going to be able to completely shut down Nussmeier and LSU's offense, I do think they can take that first half again. So I am also on taking Alabama in the first half minus a half point, thinking they'll go in with the lead again. Now, if you want to take the first half money line at minus 25 to push on a tie going into halftime, not bad either. Now, we've missed on the last few upsets after we hit about like 4 out of 5. So let's get lucky this weekend. The game that popped out to me is Virginia Tech at home against Clemson. Now, it's currently at plus 200 for Virginia Tech. Now, it's really, really dependent on whether or not quarterback Kyron Drones play and running back Tootin play. I think if they're both in the game, that's a home dog I really like. I've been wrong on Clemson like 100 times this year, so tread at your own risk on taking the straight up win. So a thing you can do for fun with home dogs is something I like to do for fun. It's take the teaser, where the book will let you change your line in your favor when you pair two or more games together. So you can move the line 6.5 points. Depends on the way your book works. In the long run, these are fundamentally bad bets if you do them all the time, but they make some games interesting when you're cheering for an underdog and you're not quite ready to go all the way with the money line. So what I'm going to do, if Drones and Tootin play, I'm going to have to wait for Saturday to do that, but if they play, then I'm going to tease Virginia Tech up to plus 12.5 and pair it with Vanderbilt. For some reason, he's being disrespected again at home. I'm going to tease Vanderbilt up to 10.5. Now, that will result in a bet at minus 120, but I'm going to throw a cheeseburger on that one for sure. And let's cheer for some dogs. Professor?
I like our chances this week. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to go to mjpicks.com to sign up to receive all of the premium picks and crush the bookies with us. Good luck this weekend, my sports betting friend!